Hi, this is a quick video to show you how to set up your first Google Classroom and create an assignment or an announcement or whatever you'd like the students to do while you're in that classroom. So from this home page, if you have under your waffle the classroom icon, you can go straight there. But if you don't have it, you can go up here to the address bar and just type in classroom.google.com and it'll bring you straight to the classroom landing page. From here, I have some classrooms already set up. If you do not, you would go here to the plus sign and you would go to create class. Once you do that, you give your class a name. I'm going to call it test 3 since I already have a couple of test classes going. And you can give it a section, so if you want to give it the period that it meets, and the subject, you can say whatever you like it to say. Those are all optional. Giving it a name, though, is very important. Then you click on Create, and you will go into your brand new classroom. This is your classroom homepage for this class, Test 3 Period 6 for me, whatever you called it for you. Once you have a classroom done, the first thing you want to do is have your students join that classroom. So the way to do that is to go to the Students tab, and here is the class code. We cannot invite students here in Bergenfield because they don't have email addresses yet. Well, they don't have email access, right? So you can't go to invite students. Instead, you have your students log in either through classroom.google.com, or if they have the icon, they can go straight to Classroom. And you give them this code right here, and they join themselves. Go back to your stream page. This is sort of your home page for the classroom. This is where you put in your assignments and your announcements and that kind of thing. Down here, this little plus sign will help you navigate to where you want to go. If you hover over it, you'll see your options. So assignment is probably the most popular. This is where if you create an assignment, your students can turn in work to you. Create question, you can ask a question, have them respond to it. You can also do a class announcement. They don't really respond back to that, but you're giving them some information about the class. So let's go straight to assignment for right now. Here it is in assignment. Now if you had more than one classroom set up and you wanted to create an assignment that was for more than one classroom, you would just select, let me do that again, select this little down arrow and select which classes you want it to go to. And then you give that assignment a title. Test assignment, I'm going to call it. You can give optional instructions to the students if you like. Those are optional though. If they already know what to do, that's fine. But giving instructions is always nice. You can give it a due date, whatever you want that to be. You can give it a time as well. If you want it to be at a certain time of night when you want them to turn it in. And you can give it a topic. If you want there to be a topic, so let's say you're working on, I don't know, Shakespeare. You might want to create that topic so that you have all of your Shakespeare assignments under that topic. Now you can attach whatever you like. So you can attach something from Google or from your computer or whatever you want that to be. From your drive, you can do it that way. Or you can go straight to your drive. So this goes to your drive directly, that little Google symbol here. It goes straight to your drive, and you can attach a document from here that you've already created, or slides or a sheet or whatever you're working on. You can attach a YouTube video by clicking on this and putting in a video, whatever that is. How to use Google Classroom I'll put. And whatever comes up, I'm just going to put it in. You can attach it and it comes right here. Your students will see it. You can also put a link in if you want them to go to a specific link out on the web somewhere. So if you wanted them to go to google.com, you can do that. And then what the students will do is they will see these attachments and they'll see the assignment. If you wanted to give them a handout, this is such a great feature of Google Classroom. You can go to your drive, wherever the handout is, and let's say we're going to hand this out, the Springboard registration information. I want to hand that out to every single student. Here's some options. They can view this file the way I have it, or they can edit it. So that means every single student in my classroom would get the same document and would be able to edit the same document together. Or I can make a copy for each student, which is so great because this is like making a virtual handout for every student. So I'm going to select that, and each student is going to get an individual copy of this. They can edit it, they can do whatever they want to it, but no other students are going to see that student's edits or whatever work they're doing. So I love that feature. Once you've done that, you've gotten all of your information down for your assignment, you can assign it. Now you can schedule your assignment, or you can save a draft of your assignment, or you can just go ahead and assign it right away. So once you assign it, it's in your classroom and the students can start working on it. So because our students do not have email access, they're not going to get notification that it's been assigned, but if they go into your classroom page, then they will see it, that it's been assigned here, and that they have access to it. So unless you schedule it for a later date, they'll see it as soon as they go into your assignment. Here is where you'll see your students. So if you have 23 students, here this number will be 23, and it will say they're not done yet because they haven't seen it yet. Here is where you'll see which students clicked on done. And then here you can edit your assignment, you can delete it, you can copy your assignment, you can do whatever you want to do to your assignment here. So it's not something that's permanent forever. You can always go back ahead and edit it. This is the topic I put in, the Shakespeare topic. I can add a comment here to the assignment. Now that the students, once the students are seeing it and working on it, maybe I want to add some kind of, I don't know, teaching point that's coming up a lot with the students, something like that. When you have a classroom, you will then have a folder in your Google Drive that will show your classroom. So I just want to show you that. So if you go to your Google Drive, you will see that you get a folder for classroom. Here it is. When you open it, you'll see your classrooms that you've set up in Google Classroom, and then you'll see what you have here. So this is my test assignment that I just created, and I have no files yet, but once the students start working on the assignment, those assignments will start to populate here in my folder. So you have the students work here in your Drive, you have the students work here in Classroom. Once they're working on it, you're going to see, you're going to be able to click here and you'll see their work happening. So that's the kind of stuff that you can do in Google Classroom for your students. You can edit the instructions, you can do whatever you want to do. And then once you see the students' work, you can grade it here, and then you can return it to the students. So you'll see the students' names here. You'll see grades that maybe you've given. Let me go back to another classroom that I have sort of working so that you can see that. Let me go to here. So if you go to an assignment here, this is what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at students in my classroom. If they've worked on this, this was just a test assignment we were practicing with. So 19 students did nothing with it, which is totally fine, and 4 students did something with it. So I could actually put a grade in here for these students who did it already. And once I'm done with that, I can actually return it to the students. So it's like a virtual return of the paper, and they'll be able to see their grade. So those are just some of the things that you can do with Google Classroom. There's a whole lot more. You can change the point value, too, of your assignment if you want to. You could just change it to like a 10-point assignment instead of 100 points or whatever you want to do there. Other things that can be done in Google Classroom. If you wanted to take your assignment here and post it to, to another classroom, if you go to this little plus sign again and you go up to reuse post, so I could take this website warehouse post that I put on and I can reuse it. I can put it somewhere else in the classroom. So you can create new copies. You can do a whole bunch of things with Google Classroom that are just really, really useful. So here, again, by the plus sign, you can go to create announcement, and you can do an announcement for your class. And that will appear on your page. Let me go back to the classroom we were working in, test 3. So if I wanted to do an announcement, I could just type on here, welcome to our class. And I can add an attachment here if I want to. Maybe I want to show them a video of our class from last year or something like that, and I would just post it, or I could schedule it, or I could save a draft. The way I'm going back and forth between classrooms is there's 3 lines up here. You might not be able to see them very well, but when you click on it, you'll see this menu, and you can just flip between classes. I showed you the student page. Also, the question. Let's look at the question, what that looks like. So you can ask a question, what do you hope to learn this year? And you can give instructions if you want to. You can give it a due date. You don't have to. Then here's some selections that are really important. You can either have the students reply to each other, you can have the students edit their own answers, or you can select those off. Just by clicking on them and toggling this little switch, you give the students those options. And then you can select what kind of response you want, a short answer or a multiple choice. Totally up to you. Again, you can add attachments here, and then you can either ask or you can schedule it. So it's there. Here also in the students list, this option, students can post and comment in your classroom. If you leave that here, that's the default, but you can also select that they can only comment on something that's been done, or only you can post and comment. Some teachers, because Google Classroom is new to us, have been having a little bit of trouble with students posting some maybe slightly inappropriate comments, so they've selected only teachers can post or comment. This is a complete option for you, whatever you want them to do. Once you have students in your classroom, and I'm just going to go to another classroom where I actually have students so that you can see this. Once you have students in your classroom, you'll see them listed here, and once they're activated and they've registered for your class, you'll see this little Invite Guardians link. So if you click on that and you type in a parent or guardian email address and then click on Invite, or add another, and you can put another guardian in there. If you click on Invite, the parent or guardian will get an email telling them that they can opt in to get weekly summaries, or there are a couple of other options that it will offer them. And what they'll get is a summary of what you've actually done in Google Classroom for the week. And so it's not going to show them their students' work, and it's not going to give them access to your page, but it is going to give them a little summary of what you've done for the week. So it's kind of a nice little informational piece for parents and guardians. So you'll have to either collect email addresses somehow, maybe at parent conferences or something like that, or put out some kind of notice to the parents of your students, or let your students know that this is an option for them. So if their parent or guardian wants to get these summaries, then they can let you know, and you can include that. You can see an example of what that summary page will look like right here. So it just kind of shows you. It's nice. I get it for my son, and it's just a nice little piece to get. So you have those options in Classroom. Up here, you can select your theme. Google has some themes in here that are already done. You could select it. You just select it, select class theme. It'll change it for you up here. You can upload your own photo if you have a really nice photo somewhere on your computer and you want to put that as your theme. You can do that. What else can I show you in Google Classroom? This is just an intro, so if you have any other questions, please feel free to let me know, and I'm happy to help. Have a great day.